Hello and happy Monday. We are currently sitting outside the vet and we're about to go in with little Georgie. He's really excited and there's a dog out there. So anyway, but I wanted to do just a quick week in our life. George has a lot going on this week. We've got the vet today. It is his final appointment. Or his final shot until he's fully vaccinated with all of his puppy vaccines. It's his rabies shot is the last. And then Wednesday we get to go to the groomer finally. So my shaggy little puppy will look so much cleaner. And then Thursday we have round 2 of puppy class. We started going to puppy class not last week, but the week before. So we've got puppy class this week as well. So wanted to just do a week in our life with George, especially while we've got just a ton of stuff going on. But we're about to head in. Say we are a whopping 23 pounds. 23 pounds, he's not even 4 months. Hey, stop.
Let me see you. Let me see you. Hi. Look, we're done with it. But go away. Let me see you. You don't like it.
I just brushed George and tried to give him a little man bun. He was not into it, but his hair is just that long and he looks so scraggly right now. So I feel like it gets longer and longer every single day. Like he's past the point of no return at this point. He just looks, I can brush him every day, every hour. I feel like nothing helps. So it is time for a haircut, but that will come on Wednesday. He did get knocked out pretty good from the vet today. So I think the shots just kind of were rough on him. He was definitely sore on his shoulder where he got one of them, but slept most of the morning and then he's been fine this afternoon. So we are about to leave for the groomer. So here is the before. Very scruffy, very long. Okay, we are in the car about to leave for the vet, the groomer. I didn't vlog yesterday. I actually filmed a different video, so if you want to check out a haul of summer items, bikinis, stuff from Zara, go check it out. It will be on my channel. But we're ready for the groomer. I'm nervous to see how he's gonna do, but I do think they'll let him play with the other puppies because it is a doggy daycare too. And I just called yesterday and found out that it's only $15 a day to have him at daycare. So I'm kind of thinking about maybe doing it once every other week. Just so he can be around other puppies, get a little bit more socialized. Also just get some energy out. I feel like sometimes I feel bad during the day, working for so long, and not really getting to let him out or play as much as I want to. So I don't know if I did that once every other week, it just might be helpful. I don't know. If you have thoughts, let me know, because I'm just curious, like, what people think of doggy daycare, if they think it's, like, helpful, because I don't need it per se, because I work from home. I'm fully remote, so, like, I don't need doggy daycare, but, like, would it just be helpful? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. But anyway, we're off to the groomer to get this little shaggy puppy fixed up. Hey, look at our cleaned up little man. He can finally see. And he is eyeing down this pup cup that we just got from Scooters. Okay, we are on our way home. I asked how he did, and they're like, he did good for like it being his first time. He's definitely just like excited. And I'll show you like the full cut when I get back, but I kind of wish that they would have taken a little bit more off, just because like it is the summer, we're gonna be going to the lake, like it's still very long, and it's just hard to do like the really long, like when we're doing that much, when we're gonna be traveling again at the lake in the water swimming and stuff. So I wish they would have taken a little bit more off, but he's very much cleaned up. Like he can see much better. He doesn't have like fur in his face. So anyway, but and of course we had to stop at Scooters to get a pup cup for him, because every time we go, honestly almost anytime we get in the car, he gets a pup cup. So anyway, I do struggle with just like the golden doodle cut. Like I feel like there's no standard cut. So if you have any recommendations, if you have a golden doodle and get them cut, what do you ask for? Because I feel like I don't even really know what to ask for. So anyway, but I will show the full cut when we get home. Oh, handsome boy. You can see his face so much better, but they're still pretty long, really all over. Paw. His paws were cleaned up very nicely. Good morning. Happy Thursday. The more and more I thought about it, the more I was like, okay, this haircut is not gonna work. I think when I first picked him up, I was trying to convince myself that it was fine. But the more and more I was like looking at it, I was like, okay, this is just not, number one, it's not a good haircut regardless, I don't think. But also it's not feasible either for going to the lake for a full week. He's gonna be in and out of the water. I think I said this, in another clip, but like, it's just too long. Like even if this was like a winter cut, it's still, I think, too long. So luckily, I did ask around a little bit this time, and maybe that's just like me learning a lesson. I need to actually like ask around a little bit, and also maybe insert myself a little bit more and speak up for myself. We're taking this as like a learning curve, but anyway, I asked around to a couple people in the area that do have golden doodles, and one really suggested this lady in Kennett. So we're gonna go there tomorrow. Actually, I just texted her this morning. I was like, hey, I am in like dire need of a haircut tomorrow if possible. I explained the situation, and she can actually get us in at 12:30 tomorrow. So luckily he can get cut before we go to the lake, which like, praise the Lord. Like I'm so happy. I was not sure if we were going to be able to get in, and if we weren't, I was already looking at like, there's like a PetSense in Dyersburg. I was like, maybe we could just go there and just like, even if it's not a perfect cut, like we can't do this long hair. He's gonna like overheat going swimming. It's just gonna be like a mess. So anyway, but I'm so happy that she could get us in. We're getting it fixed. I feel like you can see full circle the emotions around the haircut, but hopefully it looks okay tomorrow. Anyway, we had a good night last night. And this morning we got up, I went to the gym and then took him for a nice long walk. And yeah, tonight is puppy class. So we're very excited. I think we're working on walks, was the class that I missed last week. So I have to go in 30 minutes early, and we're gonna work on walks. And then I don't know what this week's lesson is. I am actually now finally going to tint my eyebrows because I'm all sweaty and gross, and I figure I might as well do it before I do my full like morning skincare. So I'm gonna go ahead and start that process. So I'm gonna bring you guys along. Okay, time to tint my eyebrows. I did just use my tweezer, and then I also have this little guy. I don't know what this is like from like Walgreens or somewhere. It's a little electric dealy. I use both of these to like shape my eyebrows. I do at least like once a year, if not more than that, try to go to like a professional to shape my brows, just so I have a better like reference guide of how to keep them. But again, perks of living in a small town. It's not super close to like go and do that. So, you know, that's why I feel like you only really need it like once or twice a year anyway. And then you can kind of stay in line and like, you know, follow what they did. But anyway, I also do have like a ton of like peach fuzz. So that's why I use that little electric guy too. Anyway, but what I use to tint my eyebrows is the Just for Men. I have never tried anything else, but the reason I went to Just for Men is I heard that a lot of the like pre-made eyebrow tints were like pulled very reddish, where these are a lot more cool tones. So this is all I've used and I really like how it turns out. So I honestly don't know what color this is, but Just for Men, it's one of the lighter shades because obviously I'm pretty blonde, so I don't want to go too dark. But anyway, you just use, and I'm also just using, I just finished the Adaptogen Deep Moisture Cream from Youth to the People. So I'm using the lid from that. Okay, so you just take equal parts base and developer, and then we're gonna mix those. I'm just gonna use the end of the spoolie. And then I like to give this a minute because it will like darken up a little bit. And it just makes it kind of easier to see like where you're putting it. So I'm just gonna let that sit for a minute and get dark. It got a little bit darker, not much, but once it goes on your brows, it really gets dark. You really only need to leave it on there. I think it's like 5 to 10 minutes. The longer you leave it on there, the darker it gets, obviously. But you can, if you want, like put like Vaseline and stuff. It doesn't really stain your skin, but you can if you would like to, just to be extra safe. And I really coat them as best I can. And I get these spoolies, like I think on Amazon I got like a huge pack for really cheap. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking in the mirror. But I started doing this, I've always like filled in my brows because I just have really light eyebrows. But I started doing this. I actually got them tinted once at just like an Ulta Beauty. And after that, I was like, you know what? I could probably do this myself. Like, I feel like it doesn't make that big of a difference. And I started doing it myself. It's much cheaper. Like the Just for Men dye is like super inexpensive, and I've had these tubes for literally probably over a year. Probably should get new ones just in case they, like, I don't know, expire. But I love doing this, especially in the summertime when I'm not wearing as much makeup. And that's why I'm doing it this week before I go to the lake for a week. Is so I just look a little bit more put together when I don't have any makeup on. Anyway, okay, I feel like I have these coated pretty good. They're already starting to get darker. They're gonna look really crazy here in just a minute once they fully start to develop. So I'm gonna give them some time, and then we're gonna wash it off, do full skincare for the morning, but that's it. It's pretty freaking simple, so easy to do at home, and much more inexpensive. So just my little DIY. Okay, now I fully look like a cartoon character, but I promise this is how I look every time. And then I always like to just take like a wet paper towel before I wash my face, just so this doesn't get all over like my washcloths. And I promise this fades pretty quickly, but like in a good way. But even that, like, I mean, obviously it's pretty dark right now, but like that looks pretty good, I think. So that's just like with a wet paper towel, run through them. And this is why I never do this like the day that I am like leaving for an event or like do have something going on. So because it will be dark like the first day or so. So don't do this like the day that you have something going on, do it like a couple days before. But that's why I'm doing it today, because we leave for the lake tomorrow and then we'll be gone all week. So anyway, I am gonna go like fully wash my face again, scrub them a little bit more, get any outstanding residue off. But that's why I always like, I mean, look how much comes off. And I don't want this on a washcloth. So here you can kind of see the final results a little bit better. So I finally like washed my face. There was a little bit that stuck to my skin. I think I finally got most of that off. But again, pretty dark to start out. It looks a little bit more normal when you have like makeup on, because I usually go probably about this now, a little bit lighter than this, but I go darker when I do have makeup on anyway. But again, like I said, it fades within the first couple days and then stays pretty good. But for starting off, I think this is pretty good. Okay, we are late, but what's new? But we are on our way to puppy class. He's sitting like a good boy in the passenger seat. That is the one nice thing about living in the middle of nowhere is even if you're running late, you can make up some time a little bit, unlike living in the city where you could hit traffic and you're probably not going to make up any ground. In the city, on these back roads, you can make up some time, so we might actually make it on time. It's just a struggle that, you know, we have to be here at 4:30 instead of 5, so that means leaving the house at 3:30. But anyway, we should be there soon, so. We are home from puppy class and someone is ready for bed. It's actually been quite a while since we got back from class, but what a little whirlwind we had. Someone ended up getting sick on the way home from class and threw up in the car. So we did not have the best day, but that's okay. We learned a lot and we got to see other puppies and we're very, very tired now. But I'll recap tomorrow when we are in the car and someone is going to go get a second haircut this week. Because, like, what is this From the side, he just looks crazy. We are off now to our second groomer of the week. Hopefully we can get a better cut before we literally leave for the lake tonight. So his appointment's at 12:30. We should be on time. He's actually graduated to be a backseat puppy. Yeah, so on the way home from puppy class last night, he threw up. I think it was just, he gets very overwhelmed in the class. Like, he just like wants to play with all the puppies. He was barking a lot with like a new deep bark I've never heard before, so that was new. And then just like a ton of treats in a very short amount of time. I think it was just a lot on his stomach and did not sit well. All came up in the car. So anyway, after that incident, I went ahead and just put him in the back so he wouldn't mess with anything, and then until I could like fully clean it up at home. It is, for the most part, as clean as I could get it. I like scrubbed as much as I possibly could, so I don't think it like smells or anything, but I don't know. Anyway, so that happened yesterday, but it's okay. Poor little guy has had a long week, so hopefully groomer number 2 can get him a better cut so he is a little bit more comfortable being at the lake, because even the teacher of the class last night was like, yeah, like that he's gonna be pretty uncomfortable if you keep it that long. And she was like, they don't have to shave him by any means, but they can definitely go shorter than that and just like make him a little bit more comfortable, because he's already black. So anyway, but gonna drop him off at the new groomer, and then I'm going to run some errands, pick up groceries, that kind of stuff for the lake, because I haven't done any of that, but it kind of works out perfectly. So hopefully I can get it all done while he's being cut, and then I'm just hoping the timing works out. But anyway, that's the plan. That's what's going on. It's the last you'll see of his goofy little cut. And we are officially off to the lake. George is being a good boy and sitting in the back seat all by himself. But anyway, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for spending a week with us. And now I'm picking the cameras back up, and we're gonna do another vlog headed to the lake, spending 4th of July together, and also picking up our second Bronco.
Number 2.